स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम् स्वधर्मज्ञानवैराग्य साध्यभक्त्येकगोचरः नारायणः परम् ब्रह्म गीताशास्त्रे समीरितः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि
प्रसंगात् स्वभावोक्तिः कर्मणो कर्मतस्य च भेदज्ञानस्य महात्म्यम् चतुर्थाध्याय उच्यते.
Now, in the translation, in the initial translation of the 8th verse, you find the word, the or, A-R-E, thought, or thought. But is there in the actual Sanskrit, it is uchyate, it is mentioned. Of course, translations are never perfect, but the intention is conveyed by the translation. भेदाः ज्ञानस्य माहात्म्यं चतुर्थाध्याये उच्यते. Again, there is what we call a beauty in Sanskrit sentence. Though we say many things earlier, like the karmanaha akarmatasya cha, because of the word and, the conjunction and, A and D, the cha, we can put it in singular verb at the end in passive voice. That's the beauty in Sanskrit. Whereas you have to say it according to the subject in the active voice and the object in the passive voice. So here it is taken as separately as Jnanasya Mahatmyam Uchyate. The greatness of the wisdom is said. Jnanasya Mahatmyam Uchyate. If you come to Vedaha, then that will be plural, the Bahuvachanam, and then the word Uchyate may not fit in. Of course, the first line, Swasvabhavoktihi, again will not fit in because already there is Ukti, the word statement is there. The statement is said, the saying is said, normally it cannot be repeated. But the second line, Karmanaha Akarmatasya, Karmanaha Akarmata Asya Cha Uchyate. So that will go with that. Karmanaha Akarmata. Now, why I say this is, the construction of the Sanskrit sentence is very easy also, unlike other languages. And therefore, that is what I wanted to just support. So we go to the 45. So, Swashabdena, Avatirna, Avasthaha. I have to read it like this. So, Swashabdena, Swashabdena, Avatirna, Avasthaha, Bhagavan, Iha, Vivakshitaha. Bhagavan, Iha, Vivakshitaha. Tasya Svabhavaha, Swa Asadharanaha Bhavaha. So you have to read it this way. Swa Asadharanaha Bhavaha. Again, we take the word from the Gitartha Sangraha. Swabhava Uktihi Uchyate. Because of conjunction, it is Uchyata. स्वस्वभावोक्तिः उच्यते इति ओदनपाकः पच्यते इति वत्. Again, kriyate iti arthaha. Then karmanaha akarmata karmani akarmayaha pashyet. Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 18th verse. Ityadivihi ukta. Akarma shabdaha atra tat anyavritya karma yoga asanna atma jnana vishayaha. Asya cha vedaha daivam eva apare yajñam. Iti Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 25th verse. Ityadina uktaha. Deva archana indriya nirodha pranayama yaga dana homa tapas tirtha seva swadhyaya tadartha abhyasa adi rupa. It's a very long word, compound word, called samasa in Sanskrit. Varna, ashrama, dharma, iti, kartavyataka, yatha, jnanam, yatha, shakti, yatha, ruchi, pradhanataya, parigrihitaha, karma, yogau, avantara, visheshaha, iti, arthaha. Swami Vedanta Deshika in his Gitartha Sangraha Raksha has given elaborate explanation so that there will be so much clarity and there will be no room for doubt or further clarification. The verse says, the 8th verse says, Prasangat. So that has been left out because this is the situation, this is the context, this is the war field where Arjuna is being advised by Lord Krishna. Again, it is again description of Vyasa. It is what we call direct video relay of Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is physically blind and therefore he is given a mental vision. After starting from the 10th day of the war, whereas the advice of Lord Krishna to Arjuna and to all others like us happens on the first day, and that has been called a flashback. Now we come to the fourth chapter. So Chaturthadhyaye Uchyate. Previously we saw that number one, Swasvabhavoktihi. Then second is Karmani Akarmata, or you can say Karmanaha Akarmata. Then thirdly, Vedaha. Fourthly, Jnanasya Mahatmyam. And these all are in the fourth chapter. Now, by all these four aspects spoken of in the fourth chapter refers to only one, and that is Bhagavan. That is the Lord. First line, Swashabdena avatirna avasthaha Bhagavan iha vivakshitaha. All the words in this fourth chapter point out to the Lord, especially the word Swa. In the first line, you have Swa Swabhavoktihi. Both Swa, first Swa and second Swa also refer to Bhagavan. about to the Lord. And then Bhava is there. Now in this commentary also you find that there are so many swas. The two letters, the one syllable, swa, S-V-A. So that is the starting of the commentary, swa shabdena. I think some other word is also missing. Denavati. No. Okay. So swa shabdena. Again, so the commentary itself starts with the swa. And then second sentence also, tasya swabhavaha swa sadharanaha. Okay. Summary, okay. Alarm. Okay, no problem. Number one, so swa shabdena. In the verse of Gitartha Sangraha, the word swa is there. Swam, if we say call it swam, that is what we call property. Swam is property. One's own, Y-N-E apostrophe S, O-W-N. That is the meaning of this word swam. Meaning self, S-E-L-F. Belonging to the self. Now here belonging to the Supreme Soul. So swa swabhavokti, swa shabdena, by the word swa, avatirna avasthaha. Avatirna meaning getting down. As you say, avatara. Now the subject is being now discussed. That's meaning. So it's not a question of getting down. So that means what do you call? Let us get down to brass tacks, we say in English. So let us get into the business. What business is? Avatirna is getting into the business, namely avasthaha, the status, and now the status to understand is Bhagavan. So Bhagavan iha here, vivakshitaha. Vivakshita is, it is intended to talk on the Lord. Lord Krishna talks about himself. Very simple to say. Arjuna is given a picture of what is Brahman, B-R-A-H-M-A-N. Who is the Lord? Who is the Almighty? Who is omniscient? Who is omnipotent? And so on. So Bhagavan iha vivakshitaha. Again, remember the six special qualities: Jnana, Bala, Virya, Aishwarya, and Tejas. So Jnana, the total wisdom, all comprehensive wisdom. Bala, the physical strength. Shakti, Shakti is power, mental power. We call him omnipotent, Sarva Shaktiman. Then Aishwaryam, the leadership. Tejas, the brightness, the effulgence. All this constitute, all the six constitute Bhaga, the two letters, therefore Bhagavan. Then coming to so Vivakshitaha is, there is a desire for the Lord to explain about himself, about the Supreme Soul. Vivakshitaha. Tasya, his swabhavaha, nature. Swabhavaha, I can also translate it as true nature. It's what we call innate attitude, disposition. So swabhavaha will be swa asadharanaha bhavaha. It is different from the ordinary. It is not the experience of the individual soul. It is not a worldly experience. It is not a mundane existence, but completely different, and what we call Sanskrit Vailakshanyam. Vailakshanya. So the Lord Sriman Narayana is completely different from the creation, and therefore he is extraordinary. Asadharanaha is out of the ordinary. Sadharanaha also can mean common, general, as we say in Tamil also. So it is general, common, but here nothing is in common. It is uncommon. The Lord has got extraordinary power, extraordinary knowledge, and so on. All the qualities can be brought out here. Endless number of auspicious qualities. So bhavaha can mean attitude, feeling, emotion, disposition. Not only the physical bhavaha, but also the mental bhavaha, the mind's thought. All these are all extraordinary, out of the ordinary. It is not easily understood by the individual soul of this world. Then, swasvabhavuktihi uchyate iti. Now, the analogy is given here. What is swasvabhavukti? Swasvabhavukti is statement of the emotions or the disposition of oneself. Now it looks like iti thus odana pakaha pachyate iti vatu. You have rice at home. The rice has been cooked, and the cooked rice is called odana. Odanam. Odanam is called cooked rice. And that odanam again is being cooked, recooked. Now today you say that you are heating it in a micro oven, reheating it. And therefore, odana pakaha is cooking the cooked rice. That is a beautiful expression in Sanskrit, which tells you it means repetition. Repetition. It's a stress on that. It's a what we call emphasis, a deep emphasis on what he says. Odana pakaha. And that is again pachyate. Already it is cooked. Odana is the cooked rice. Odana pakaha is cooking the cooked rice. Now again pachyate, it is being again cooked. Now the word that you know, once it is cooked, it is called pakvam. Pakvam, as we say in Tamil also. Pakvam. Pakvam. The rice, whether it is cooked or not, we can test it. We have the proverb in Tamil, Oru Pani Sotrikku Oru Soru Padam. Take just one sample and find out whether it is properly cooked, and then you find all the entire amount, quantity has been cooked properly. So pachyate iti vatu just like that. Iti vatu means L-I-K-E. That means he is broaching the subject, he is repeating the subject every now and then. Arjuna is not able to understand in the first statement. In the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, lot of information is given on the Supreme Soul and the individual soul, the difference between the individual and the Supreme Soul. But after saying all that, again Lord has to repeat it in the fourth chapter. From the second chapter also. The same subject of the second chapter has been repeated in the fourth chapter. Now, kriyate, the word kriyate will be become kriyata iti artha. The conjunction will make it kriyata. Okay, so kriyate meaning it is being done. So what is being done? Swasvabhavoktihi uchyate meaning the nature of the Supreme Self, Supreme Soul is being explained. And therefore the explanation is being done. So kriyate. All these are all present tense passive voice verbs. And therefore now we go to the next one, karmanaha akarmata. Again, as we see in the verse, we will have an avagraha between karmano karmata. Because if it is separated as karmano and karmata without any sandhi of avagraha, then it will be again a wrong sandhi, if we call it karmano. If it is, there are two words, karmanaha, akarmata, I mean karmata, karmanaha, karmata, that will be a wrong splitting. So the right splitting will be karmanaha, akarmata. So again, that is supported by the statement in the Bhagavad Gita, namely, yeah, very good. So karmani akarma yaha pashyetu. Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 18th verse. Now this is where we have what we call prapatti yoga. The prapannas have to feel that once you surrender, the very action of surrender is not the action of the individual soul. It is because of the order or the direction or the control by the Supreme Soul over the individual soul to advise him to surrender. A prapanna has to understand initially and finally that he is not the doer, and therefore when he is doing something, practically when he is doing something, we understand as it is in the Sattvika Tyaga, Swakiyaischa Upakaranaihi. Lot of SVA is used in the Sattvika Tyaga. Bhagavan eva Swaniyamya Swarupasthiti Pravritti Shasheshataikarasena. Then coming to Anena Atmana Kartra, we understand that we are doing the action. That means he does it through us. We are the instruments. We are reminded of this one. Again, that is what I say is repetition occurs from the 2nd chapter to the 4th chapter. And in what we call Charama Shloka in the 18th chapter, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Raja. The Sarvadharman Parityajya is to be understood as not giving up the actions physically, but giving up the fruits of the action, in the sense giving up the doership of the action. We don't do anything, but we are directed to do anything. And therefore, in action, you see inaction. Karmani, in the action. So in the action that we think that we are doing, we have to understand there is no action performed by us. Inaction. That doesn't mean we are idle. We are not doing anything. We are not to be blamed for our non-performance of duty when we are performing our duty. So karma yoga, karma is duty. All the duties enjoined in the scriptures for the individual soul according to the varna and ashrama, the caste and the stage of life. That's also very important. Every time we have to remind ourselves that the action refers to the caste also. The action is corresponding to the stage of life like brahmacharya, garhastya, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. The bachelorhood, of course, you cannot really translate it as bachelorhood, but it is not an unmarried status, but a lot of time is rather more time is devoted in the brahmachari stage to understand the Lord than the time devoted as a householder. The householder is drowned in the quagmire of the mundane life in this world, and therefore less time is devoted to spirituality, spiritual wisdom, and spiritual activity. And therefore, then brahmacharya it can now translate it as bachelorhood, and then householdership, then going to the forest, dwelling in the forest, and finally a mendicant monk, recluse, who has given up everything, sacrificed everything. So in all these 4 stages of life, what is our karma? What is our yoga? then that karma is to be seen as non-karma. An action must be understood as non-action, not rather inaction. Non-action. So non-action with reference to the individual soul, but it is the action of the Supreme Soul. Swayameva karayati. Again, the causative form. Lord Srimad Narayana makes us do. That is what we call karmanaha, karmata. Again, the Bhagavad Gita statement, karmani akarma yaha pashyet. Yaha who pashyet will see the action as non-action. Meaning, action of the individual soul as the non-action of the individual soul. Now, if you already understand earlier that whatever we do is the doing or the action of the Lord, the Supreme Soul, then you need not see it like that. We cannot say the first word karmani will belong to the Supreme Soul, and then you see that there is non-action. But of course, we don't recognize how the Lord, the Supreme Soul, acts in a way that we can understand. We don't understand. We don't understand how he makes us do, how he himself does in the process. The process is not understood. So whatever happens in the world, you attribute to him. So when you attribute some action to him, we don't know why he does it, when he does it, and in what way he does it. All this are not understandable easily. So karmani kakarma yaha pashyet. If Keshavdas Swami can show the full verse of 4th chapter 18, a little later, I think can take it after we take up the meaning of this paragraph. Yes. So karmani akarma yah pashyet, akarmani cha karma yaha, sabuddhiman manushyetu, sayuktah kritsana karma kritu. Again, the first line we have seen it, karmani akarma yah pashyet, akarmani cha karma yaha. Now the vice versa is also true. Namely, when there is no action done, we can see the action also there. How? The individual soul does not perform any action, but at the same time, a karma and action has been attributed to the individual soul by the Supreme Soul. So we understand the action of the Supreme Soul. That means we see a stamp, we see a mudra, we see a stamp of action by the Supreme Soul in everything that we see in this world. So especially in creation. So Sabuddhiman, he is an intelligent person. Among the people, among the human beings, Manusheshu. Sabuddhiman Manusheshu. Saha, he, Yuktaha, associated. And that means Yuktaha meaning he has understood. He has understood the Lord. He is one with the Lord. In the sense he is in the transcendental position as it is there in here. Then Krishna Karma Kritu. And the Krishna Karma Kritu refers to the Supreme Soul. Krishna means all, everything, karma, action, Kritu, doer. So who will be Krishna Karma Kritu is the Supreme Soul. But here it is given here as the individual soul can be called Krishna Karma Kritu, meaning he has understood his own actions. He has understood his own actions. And therefore, you cannot say he did all his actions. He did all the actions, but he understood that who did all these actions. So Krishna Karma Kritu. So he understood who is the doer. Okay. So coming back to the commentary. My way of dealing with the paragraph will also include your interruption. In the sense, you want to say something on, because if it is a long paragraph and I've been talking for a long time, I think there will be some what you call lull in the flow of thoughts, in understanding, or then you can also react. You can also give a feedback. There's no harm in doing it, and also it will be an advantage to all others when one gives one's own opinion on, so one's own understanding, reveal one's own understanding. That is by the way. Here, fourth chapter, 18th verse tells you that a man is intelligent, a human being is intelligent, has what you call, has presence of mind, is shrewd, is smart to understand. The Supreme Soul does everything. That's all. So, akarma shabdaha, atra, akarma shabdaha, the word called akarma, meaning non-action. I'm sorry that I made a translation inaction. It is not inaction, it is non-action. So akarma shabdaha atra, the inaction will be a silence, remaining idle. That is not this. Akarma shabdaha atra here, the word namely akarma, the action, non-action. Tat anyavritya, so in another term, in another process, karma yoga asanna atma jnana vishaya. We have been indicating in the previous discussions that in all the 3 or 4 yogas, including Prapatti Yoga, the first one karma, second jnana, and bhakti. In these 3 yogas, our realization of the Lord, the Supreme Soul, is also continuous there. Is also contained in each yoga. That is more important. It is not that only after Bhakti Yoga we have what we call the ripening situation. The result comes in, the fruits are enjoyed, and so on, only after Bhakti Yoga. Or even in Karma Yoga, starting with the Karma Yoga, the discipline of action, we understand that there is asanna atma jnana vishaya. The content of the Karma Yoga will be understanding or the wisdom of Atma. The word Atma refers to both the individual and the Supreme Soul. There is Jivatma Jnanam and Paramatma Jnanam. By doing the discipline, by following the discipline of the action initially, from the beginning, we have to understand that there is a link between the individual soul and the Supreme Soul, and the Supreme Soul is the doer, and the individual soul is not the doer. Therefore, every time we do Karma Yoga, we have to do Sattvika Tyaga, and it is what we call Asanna Atma Jnana Vishaya. Asanna meaning near. Asanna is by the side. So side by side, besides Karma Yoga, we have to remember the Lord. The Lord's wisdom should dawn upon us while we do the discipline of action. So asanna means near. It is what we call impending. So it's not in negative sense, but in the positive sense. So as we go on doing the discipline of following the discipline of your karma yoga, then we will be slowly getting into the process of understanding who God is. That is what we call akarma sabda. When I say akarma sabda, the word meaning non-action. The non-action refers to non-doership of the individual soul, and the doership of the Supreme Soul. And therefore, our knowledge also starts with the Karma Yoga. That means, I repeat, Jnana Yoga is also involved in Karma Yoga. And of course, we are going to see Jnana Yoga will also involve Karma Yoga. And all the three are mixed up together. So when you go to Bhakti Yoga will be consisting of both Karma and Jnana. And Karma will have Jnana and Bhakti, and Jnana will have Karma and Bhakti. All these are all intertwined with each other, interrelated. They are complementary to each other. Mutually, they are complementary. They are equally supportive. It's also what you call mutual substantiation of one yoga with the other. The Karma Yoga will lead to Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga also will lead to Karma Yoga. And therefore, Karma Yoga asanna atma jnana vishaya. Now again, please give importance to the understanding of the Supreme Soul rather than the individual soul. The aim is to understand the Supreme Soul. But basically, we must have our own knowledge of self. Jivatma. Jivatma's understanding also must be there. That means, meaning our actions are limited, our power is limited, our wisdom is limited, our physical strength is limited, our effulgence, our brightness is limited, our leadership is limited. A lot of limitations in us, whereas there is no limit. Neither the time nor the place will control the Supreme Soul. Therefore, Desha Kala Avadhihi Nasti, we say in Sanskrit. There is no border to the place or the time of action to the Supreme Soul. So all these are all understood while we practice the discipline of Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga asanna atma jnana vishayaha. Asya. Now of this jnana, of this wisdom, Vedaha, there are differences, lot of differences. Each one understands in different ways. Very beautifully given in the long compound word in the next. So what will be the Karma Yoga in detail? That is given in the next long sentence. And before that, let us see the verse number 25 also. In the same way as you showed us in a bigger screen with this translation also, so that yes, Daivam eva apare yajnam yoginaha paryupasate brahma jnano apare yajnam yajnena eva upajuhvati. This is how we read. So, yoginaha, some people, those who are meditators of called yoginaha. You can call them sages. You can call them what we call drashtaraha. Drashtaraha. SEERS. Seers. They could see. They have realized. So yoginaha, what do they do? Paryupasate. Yeah, seers. Okay. So they are paryupasate. They worship. Pari refers to the perfect worship. Pari means around. Pari means around, meaning all around. All around everything, comprehensive, all inclusive. So paryupasate, they meditate upon the worship. What do? They worship yajnam. Yajnam is sacrifice. Daivam eva apare. Some other people, apare will be some other people, will take up the worship of gods. Some people will worship the gods with their names. Now it is given is demigod here, meaning lesser in nature, lesser in status. We are talking about other gods. Yeah, Devata. Devata is again Anya Devata. Then Eva, Apare, Daivam Eva Apare. Some people worship gods other than Sriman Narayana. That's the meaning. And Yajnam Yoginaha Paripasate. The meditators the sages will follow the sacrifice, will perform the sacrifice. Yajnam. And then Brahmajnano Apare. Now the first two lines refer to the actions performed. Some people worship God. That worshipping is the action. The second is people perform, yogins perform sacrifice. That again is an action. They conduct sacrifice. Now, the beautiful sentence in the scripture is Yajno vai Vishnuhu, Vishnur vai Yajnaha. There are two sentences repeating the meaning. Yajna, the sacrifice, is only the personification of the Almighty, Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu's synonym is Yajnaha. So Yajno vai Vishnuhu, Vishnur vai Yajnaha. Vai means truly, a true representation. Vishnu is in the form of sacrifice. Vishnur, R is missing. Vishnur vai Yajnaha. And Yajno vai Vishnu. Y-A-J-N-O. Yeah, Vishnur vai Yajnaha. Right. And Yajno vai Vishnu. So Yajnam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti here, accusative case. It is not Napumsakalingam. So Yoginaha Paripasate, then Brahmajnano Apare. So some people are interested in Karma Yoga, like Janaka, King Janaka, etc. And then Brahmajnano Apare. Some people delve deep into, D-E-L-V, delve deep into the wisdom of the discipline of wisdom, Brahmajnano, of the God, Brahmajnano, Almighty, the Supreme Soul. Brahmajnano Apare, Yajnam, Yajnenaiva Upajukvati. The beauty here is, some people follow Yajnam, some people try to understand God, but both are same. What is the meaning is, Yajnam, the sacrifice, Yajnenaiva, by the sacrifice, Upajukvati is being worshipped. Sacrifice worships sacrifice. Meaning, all is done by H-I-M. Him, that's all. Nothing else. So here, coming back to the in your statement, Yajna vai Vishnuhu, Yajno, because of the conjunction Y-A-J-N-O, the bottom. Yajno vai Vishnu. Yeah, correct. Right. Beautiful. So these two are the scriptural sentences. Now the previous page commentary. Yeah, the commentary. So akarma, we saw that daivameva apare yajnam and so on. Ityadina uktaha. Now the Veda division, the categories, the varieties have been said in the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, in many verses, including this one, daivameva apare. Then, now what is the action? What are the actions? What are the many actions which are different from each other? Number one, Deva Archana. Deva Archana. So the first action is worshipping of the Lord. Deva Archana. Then Indriya Nirodha. Number two is Indriya Nirodha. Controlling of the sense organ. The first is Deva Archana. Worship of the Lord. Physically, worship of the Lord is to say the Namavali, the list of names, the list of the divine names, and offering some objects like flowers, especially flowers. So, Pushpanjali, we say. Use the flowers, say the divine name, and do Archana. So, Deva Archana. So, Archanam can be in Napumsakalinga, neuter gender, and Strilinga, the feminine gender. Archana or Archanam. So, Deva Archanam. Yeah. And therefore, then next one, Indriya Nirodha. So, Indriya Nirodha is stopping. Nirodha is stopping. So, stopping the sense organs to, from action, from the normal bad action. So, Indriya Nirodha. Then Pranayama, control of breath. Everybody knows. These are all simple words. In a very, very big compound word, long compound word, it is enough that you know how to split it. You need not worry about the meaning because it is very easy. Then pranayama, then yaga. That's why we refer to in the 25th verse, Daivam eva apare yajnam. Here, so yaga is given there, another synonym for yajnam. Then within the yajnam, within the yaga, when it is performed, dhanam is very important. Dhanam. For example, a royal person, a family where the kings are performing the sacrifice, there is a particular sacrifice called Vishwajit Yaga. Vishwajit Yaga. Vishwa, universe, Jit is winning. The winning the universe, that is the purpose of the Yaga. When the Yaga is performed, what is expected of a king is, a king has to sacrifice all his belongings, including his kingdom. Of course, the kingdom is returned to him by the sages who receive the kingdom as a formality. And he must have only a mud pot for his possession. His possession will be, the last possession will be, or the only possession, only property to the king will be a mud pot. A mud pot, if at all he wants to cook and eat. That's all. Nothing else would remain with him. That is a kind of Vishwajit Yaga. Therefore, it's called Dhanam. Dhanam. Whatever is asked by anyone who comes to attend the Yaga, it must be given. Everybody should be satisfied. So, Dhanam. Then Dhanam is charity. Then Homa. The Homa is a smaller scale sacrifice. I would call it rather bigger scale is Yaga, bigger scale is Yajna, and Homa will be in a smaller scale. Again, remember, if one repeats the mantra for Homa, say 1,000 times, 250 ahutis must be given. 1/4 of the ahuti will be given in the fire. 4 times of the whatever is offered in the fire should have been already meditated upon, should have been repeated earlier. And therefore dana and then homa. Then tapaha. Tapaha is penance. Penance it can be in the forest, in a loneliness, with loneliness in the forest, or in a secluded place, or as we do now here in the family, tapas is thinking of the Lord every time in every action, and understand Him, understand His presence in every action, in every object, and so on. So that is what we call tapaha. Then the study of Gitartha Sangraha will be either called yajnam or tapaha. Whenever some organizations like Chinmaya Mission, Dayananda Saraswati Mission, all this talk about Bhagavad Gita, They call it Bhagavad Gita Yajnam, Gita Yajnam, Bhagavad Gita sacrifice. Then so Tapaha, then Tirtha Seva, Tirtha Seva. So visiting holy places and having darshan of the Lord. Tirtha Seva. Tirtha is normally means water, in ordinary sense, water. Tirtham, in special sense, holy water. The third important meaning will be a kshetra, a holy place. Tirtham means holy place. So the holy place must be worshipped, seva, service at the holy place. Either one can go to the temple and have a darshan of the Lord, or live in the place to serve others. That's more important. Sometimes as we understand, Bhagavad Seva is more important than Bhagavad Seva. Service to the Lord is only less important, whereas service to the devotees of the Lord is more important. We can have different kainkaryam, different service. We say vachika kainkaryam, oral service, kayika kainkaryam, physical service, manasika kainkaryam, with what you call service by mind. So why I say this is, if we cannot do any physical service, then at least we can think good for everybody else. So here, otherwise we can also do it by physical body as well as vachikam. Vachika kainkaryam is what when we read and study for others, when we explain to others, that's what we call vachika kainkaryam. So this kind of services are there. So it's called Tirtha Seva. And then the last but one is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya, as you know, is one of the 5 duties of daily life, starting with Abhigamanam, Upadanam, Ijja, Swadhyaya and Yoga. So Swadhyaya will be self-study without the help of the guide. And so Swadhyaya, then Tadartha Abhyasadi Rupa. Again, Rupaha. Visarga is missing because of conjunction. It is not a printing mistake. You can put Visarga in the bracket if you want to. Then Tadartha Abhyasadi Rupaha Bhedaha. So we have been referring to a lot of divisions. In the discipline of action, and that these are the some of the divisions to understand. It's only for some. So there are so many other, as Keshav Swami already put it, as Shravanam, Vishnoho Smaranam, and so on. So Navavidha Bhakti, 9 types of devotion. So that also is an action. Shravanam is hearing, listening. So listening is also the first action, Shravanam. That is also again Tapaha. That is again Yajnam. That is again Tirtha Seva. That is again Swadhyaya. All these are included. So Shravanam, Vishnoho Smaranam. Then Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. And these are the 9. So here, there it is Bhakti Yoga. The Bhakti Yoga, I just now told you that it involves Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga also involves Karma Yoga. And when we do Bhakti Yoga, follow the discipline of devotion, then we have to be wise also. The wisdom also should be there so that we will do proper Bhakti. We will follow the discipline of devotion properly, correctly. So Tadartha, now meaning for that sake, Tadartha. What is for that sake will be all the Devarchana, Indriya Nirodha, Pranayama, Yaga, Dana, Homa, Tapaha, Tirtha Seva, Swadhyaya. For all these actions, we have to practice them. Unless by practice, we cannot follow them. We cannot we cannot stick to them. The problem is our attachment can be towards all this. There's no vairagya here. There is no detachment. There's no detached attitude towards this. Devatarchana, we must be interested in doing Devarchana. We must have what we call curiosity to do that. We must have zeal, Z-E-A-L, to do that. We cannot remain aloof and say, no, I am detached, I am doing Devarchana. So when we do Devarchana, in every action that we perform, we will have the aim, the preeti of the Lord, the affection of the Lord, the prema of the Lord. And for Devarchana, Indriya Nirodha, so every control of sense organs should have been practiced many times, only by practice. Bhagavad Gita says, Pranipatya Yogena, it says, Pariprasnena Sevaya. Pranipatya Pariprasnena Sevaya, it says. Fall down at the divine feet. Pranipatya, be humble, feel modest, and then pariprasnena, even you can question, and also do service. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Tadvidhi pranipatena. How do you understand God? By falling at the feet, and you can also make an inquiry, find out what is what, and then do service. That will be called exercise, practice. So tadartha adhyasadi rupaha. Rupaha, that is Veda. The differences are called in these forms. Number 1, Devachana, 2, Indriya Nirodha, 3, Pranayama, 4, Yaga, 5, Dana, 6, Homa, 7, Tapaha, 8, Tirtha Seva, and 9, Swadhyaya. Again, 9 Navavida Bhaktis are understood already. 9 types of devotion, 9 types of action. It is not comprehensive. You can add more. That's why Adi is there. The word Adi. Not only exercise, but also many exercises of many other actions also involved. Why? How? Varnashrama dharma iti kartavyataka. Again, the Visarga will occur in after the letter Ka. Varna, ashrama, dharma, iti kartavyatakaha. Then, so Varna, ashram, just now we explained, according to the caste in which we are born, and then ashrama, in what stage of life are we in? All this depend upon our Devarchana, Indriya Nirodha, and so on. Then, so dharma is the nature or the duty that belongs to the caste and the stage of life. Then iti kartavyataka. Iti kartavyataka is the duty. Kartavyam is duty. The duty, thus, iti, belonging to the varna and ashram. And then, what to do? Yatha jnanam, as far as we know. Yatha shakti, as far as possible. As we have the strength to do, power to do. Then yatha ruchi, according to our taste. Now, the most important aspect of the karma yoga comes here. When we come to the Charama Shloka, that's what we had today's lecture on. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. When you initially, literally, when you say give up your actions, again give up the fruit of your action, understand that Lord is the upaya, the method of approach, the strategy, the road to go, and ROAD, road to go, the path to travel. He is the, now we understand, Pradhana Upaya. He is the main one. He is the main important method of approach. Though, as we say in Sattvika Tyaga, we say Swakiyeshcha Upakaranaihi. In whatever action is being done, a lot of accessories are involved there. The example today given was preparing a dish. Preparing a dish. So the water should be boiled. A vessel must be placed on the oven. There should be either gas or some other facility. It should be heated. Then things like either salt or sugar or jaggery must be added according to the dish. Then other ingredients must also be there. Then it should be cooked for some time. The time duration is there. And then various combinations of materials. So all these are involved in this, what we call Swakiyeshcha Upakaranaihi in the Sattvika Tyaga. But let us not think again. Let us not consider or remember that all these objects, materials meant for, say, for preparation of a dish are important. They are not important. Of course, without rice, you cannot have food and so on. But Pradhanataya, the most important one is Lord, who is to be considered as important. Pradhanataya, Parigrihitaha. Now that is what the first line says here. Bhagavan iha vivakshitaha. So in every material, in every object, you see the inner soul is Lord Sriman Narayana. So Parigrihitaha, they have been accepted. How? Karma Yogau Avantara Visheshaha ityartha. So in the Karma Yoga, in the discipline of Karma Yoga, Avantara Visheshaha, these are all intermediate specialities. Avantara is intermediate, Visheshaha speciality. Now while doing Karma Yoga, the intermediate specialities are Devarchana, Indriya Nirodha, Pranayama, Yaga, Dana, Homa, Tapas, Tirtha Seva, and Swadhyaya, and many more. So with this, we have come to the paragraph end 45 with the two verses quoted from the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter. It's only a sample given there for following all the verses of the 4th chapter. And we are actually reading only a brief note of every chapter in every shloka. But since we are all also interested in going through the commentary of the Gitartha Sangraha, blessed by Sri Vedanta Deshika, we have taken up the Gitartha Sangraha Raksha also. Very nice that you are all patiently listening to. And I'll give you just in 1 second the gist of the 18th, the 8th shloka. In a nutshell, the 8th will be Karma Yoga becomes Jnana Yoga. Already we saw that inside. So Karma Yoga Vedaha, the divisions in the Karma Yoga are given here, are explained in the 4th chapter. And we also understand that there is a greatness, Jnanasya Mahatmyam, that's what Gitartha Sangraha says. Jnanasya Mahatmyam, the greatness of the wisdom contained in Karma Yoga is being explained in 4th chapter. That's what already, I think I told you the gist earlier, but still I want to remind you the gist. And it's elaborately given in the commentary by Swami Vedanta Desh. Over to all of you. I hope there is one more participant today from Chennai called Venkata Varadan. Swami Venkata Varadan.
Swami, somebody logged on with the name Srinivasan,
Yeah.
and then they logged off.
Okay.
So they logged off even before you started speaking. So they were there, but they left.
Right.
They can see the video later.
Yeah. We can. I told him to join and also see the time to be spent on this. Whereas you have all of you have daytimes and we are on the night time. He is from Chennai and his younger brother is in San Jose. And the younger brother called Partha Sarathi, he has been guiding a lot of children in a lot of stotras like Vishnu Sahasranama, many Deshika stotras. And he has been conducting classes for mothers of the children, especially. I also had a session for the mothers of the children. They always feel the tension at home when the children are in school or at home. In both ways, they have got a lot of unrest. I just addressed them once in the younger brother's house. It was very nice, and both of them are teaching, especially on Friday evening. On Friday evenings and Saturday evenings, they are teaching a good number of children.
So Swami, we have Yanisa Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagarti Samyami
Sasyam Jagrati
Jagrati
Bhutani
Bhutani.
Anisha Pashyato Pune.
Yes, chapter 269 of Bhagavad Gita. What is night for all beings is a time of awakening for the self-controlled.
Then who is Samyam?
At the time of awakening.
The people in the USA are Samyamis or we are the Samyamis?
You can decide. You're the teacher. You can decide who is who.
I'm not the deciding authority. But,
okay, he alone decides. He alone decides. So
Danisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Samyami. Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Thanisha Pashyato Mune. Very good. Very nice quotation. Madam has got anything to say to the two?
I know. I just wanted to clarify this one. This is regarding Navavida Bhakti. I know, as we are householders, probably we are not. We don't have to do this. This is the yaga which you talked. This Navavida Bhakti has to be practiced every day. You said, and the fourth one which we cannot do, and the homa we cannot do. The other rest I think we can do. I think that's okay if you don't do it. I think the fourth.
No, that has been explained in the three words that you see under that. Yatha Jnanam, Yatha Shakti, Yatha Ruchi.
That's what I thought. That he is very smart. Yeah.
Yatha Shakti.
Yeah.
Ladies are not allowed to perform yaga or homa.
Correct.
And especially I wanted to tell you earlier also to all the groups everywhere, whomever I may meet. Ladies have no Sandhya.
Yeah.
Why is there ladies have no Sandhya? Because they don't need it. According to their biological setup, they don't need Sandhya. Not only that they don't need Sandhya, but also they don't need even pranayama. Though now today almost many ladies are involved in themselves in yogasanas and especially pranayamas, the pranayamam is not necessary. Not only not necessary, but also maybe I feel injurious to the health.
I,
Too much of practice of pranayama will make them sick. That's what. That is why it has not been given. They have got another responsibility of giving birth to children, and therefore the very the very physical frame has been specially framed. The what we call the hormones involved between a male and a female. That counts a lot, and therefore I say the pranayamam is completely mandatory for men.
I see.
Why? And that is to keep us healthy. Therefore, there is no strict steadfast rule to follow yaga and homa by you. Only thing is, while meditation is done earlier to a yaga and homa, you can involve yourself in if it is not Veda mantra. If it is not scriptural spell, you can involve yourself. For example, for the Sudarshana Yoga Homa, many people recite Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Mantram Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu. And therefore, they all can join and recite it. Whereas the pranayama is also not meant for you.
I see. I see. Good to know.
Because you have suppose somebody has breathing trouble, diseases like bronchitis, asthma, and what you call wheezing trouble. Many young people have got wheezing trouble today, especially people in Bangalore, in India, and some other places. So the wheezing trouble, if you think that it can be controlled by breath, it's okay. There you need breath control. Otherwise, no.
Thank you, Mom.
Swami, I just wanted to ask about akarma. Coming from ISKCON's teachings, when I did it, it might be slightly different in Keshava Swami's understanding. But what I was taught when studied Bhagavad Gita, we were taught that akarma, first of all, punya karma and papa karma are both considered as pap, as sinful, because both of them bind us to this world. But then they told us that then we're supposed to do akarma, and akarma for them is bhakti, meaning that whatever you do, you try to be conscious of Krishna. So from my understanding, also as prapannas, we are supposed to do akarma, basically, because everything we are doing, we are actually saying that the Lord is the doer. So I would think that it's about basically the same idea, just that they're saying, okay, we're conscious of Krishna, we're doing it as an offering to Krishna, but we are saying it totally that Krishna or Narayana, Srimad Narayana, is doing that activity. And that's actually akarma. But would you equate that, if one actually sees that as bhakti, would you say that's a correct understanding at all, like how they see it, or it's not?
Right. What we discussed today was the center of attraction in today's discussion, where on the Charma Shloka, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Now, when we make prapatti, make a total surrender, I feel as an individual soul, I'm making the total surrender. It is not so. It is not so. I am not doing the total surrender. For example, the first word, Devarchanam, the worship of the God, the adoration of the God, by saying the divine names repeatedly, using some flowers and so on, offering some flowers. That also, as we said earlier, while we start performing the Aradhanam we say in our Sampradaya, we don't even say Pujanam, Puja we don't say, but Aradhanam, as you know. So Aradhanam precedes what we say is convert ourselves into what we call aprakrita shariram, or rather extra, rather out of the ordinary physical frame, by which, as you said just now, Lord Krishna worships Lord Krishna. This is what has been said in the first line, Sasvabhavoktihi. It is like cooking the cooked rice. Odana pakaha pachyate. That's what these are the three words. Again, all this. No, so the bhakti, as you said, bhakti yoga will involve all these actions. Bhakti yoga will always involve all these actions in a more serious manner, and not prapatti yoga. Prapatti yoga does not involve much seriously all these actions, starting with Devarchana, with ending with Swadhyaya. Of course, not ending with Swadhyaya, many more activities. I told you again, Jnana Yoga as well as Bhakti Yoga involve Karma Yoga. I think I'm answering your question properly. So, Bhakti Yoga, though you call it akarma, whatever you do, okay, when we practice the discipline of devotion, it is again akarma, because it is not the action of the individual soul. It is by the direction, under the control of the Supreme Soul. And if you are a bhakta, and if you are a prapanna, if you are a karma yogin, and if you are a jnani, all these are practice. You are all the practitioner of these yoga. You are the practitioner. Then you are not the practitioner. You are not the doer. Lord directs you. Lord controls you. Lord gave you the thinking thought, or showed you a path, so that we get involved so much in this process. And again, I reminded you while we say in the Satvika Tyaga, Swakiyeshtu Upakarnaihi, we are also in the instrument. The instruments are not the main part of the surrender. Total Satvika Tyaga, total surrender. It will be the important part is thinking of the Lord. Pradhanataya, Lord Sriman Narayana is the most important aspect. Without which, when you see, do pranayama, do what we call swadhyaya. Of course, swadhyaya can include the study of books belonging to him, and indriya nirodha. So now, indriya nirodha will be only a stoppage of the bad actions of the sense organs. Yaga, dana. For example, Soma Yaga is performed by many people called Advaitis, the devotees of Lord Shiva. And Soma Yaga is meant for Shiva. The aim is to worship Shiva. But all of them also will understand that the whole sacrifice, the action of sacrifice, the sacrificial action is Vishnu. That's all. I think any further clarification I can give you if you need.
No, that's fine, Swami.
I hope I have understood you properly.
Yeah, I was also thinking about the topic of Anya Devata, which is ultimately part of every yaga. You know, all Anya Devatas are worshipped, but isn't it that they have to be worshipped in these ceremonies, but we see them as just parts or angas of the Lord's body, because how it is that you can avoid their worship in that sense? You can't. So if we say that we are not supposed to worship Anya Devatas, but naturally their worship is a part of any sacrifice or homa, or most pujas in that sense. So Vedic sacrifice, for instance, there's always worship of the devas, isn't it? The names of the devas are called, etc. So it's unavoidable.
That's no. The tendency, our tendency is more important than anything else. Fourth now,
Okay.
Ketudas Swami.
So Swami, first thing I noticed in the, thank you very much, first of all. First thing I noticed was the use of the word swa is used a lot in the commentary, also in the verse. And whether swa refers to the Lord or refers to the individual soul seems to be a matter of interpretation. So in some case, it can refer to the soul, it can refer to God. So it seems a little confusing, or there seem to be multiple understandings, multiple ways of understanding the commentary in this way. Is that correct?
In both the verse of Gitartha Sangraha and the commentary, all the swa refers to the Supreme.
I see. Okay.
There's no swa refers to the individual soul.
Okay. Good. So this verse of in the Gita 4:18, Karmanya karma ya pasyed, says that we see in action, and action in inaction. So when we understand this verse, we understand that all these actions are done by him, and that we are not the doer, and he is the doer. So right here in the 4th chapter, the Lord's explaining how he is the only doer. And my understanding, the difference between the different paths, the different upayas, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, and prapatti, is that the first 3 are paths of self-effort, that the individual has to make some effort in karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. He has to make great efforts, and in cooperation with the Lord's grace, with his anugraha, he is granted moksha. And in the prapatti, the Lord himself becomes the upaya, and he does everything. He is the means, and he is also the goal in prapatti. But here, if we understand correctly this verse, it seems that he does everything. So when a person takes to karma yoga, jnana yoga, or bhakti yoga, he thinks that he is doing something, but in fact, the Lord is doing that. So if our definition of prapatti is to make that the Lord is going to do everything for us, he is going to be our upaya, is the Lord not an upaya in all these yogas? In other words, he is doing the karma yoga, he is doing the jnana yoga, he is doing the bhakti yoga also. So when we actually understand 4:18, we can see everything is prapatti. Everything is prapatti because in every way, the Lord does everything. It's just our mentality, whether we think that we are doing or we are not. We think that we are doing karma yoga. We think that we are doing bhakti yoga. We think that we are doing jnana yoga. But actually, he's doing it. So if we really understand, everything is prapatti. All these systems are actually prapatti. It's only the mentality of the jiva which is different. When the jiva thinks he's doing, when the jiva thinks that he is studying, when the jiva thinks he's making devotion, then he's doing karma, jnana, and bhakti yoga. But actually, he's not doing it. The Lord is doing it.
As you said, we can say that karma, jnana, and bhakti yoga lead to prapatti. And you cannot call them as it is. They are called, all the 3 are called prapatti yoga. Number 1. Number 2, he is the doer, as we understand. He is the upaya. the means by which we approach him. The third is upayam. He is the fruit, he is the result of all. In all this, only one word we say in Shastra, Sarvam Vasudeva. As you said just now. Everything.
Vasudevam Saramiti Samahatma Sadula Baha. Right? That
Right.
the person who knows that God is everything, he's a Mahatma. He's a rare person.
Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha.
So, but what I'm trying to understand is it's really the realization that he is the only doer leads us to property. Because when we think we are the doer, then we try to do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. We try to do all these things as means to moksha. But when we realize he's the doer, we still do them because they are Bhagavad Agyaya, Bhagavad Kainkarya Rupam, Bhagavad Prityatam. But we understand that he's doing them, and therefore they are not the means to moksha, but he is the means to moksha.
Another point discussed today in the evening here is in order to encourage the individual souls to perform prapatti, of course, as you said, the action is done by the Lord. The prapatti itself is done by the Lord. There is an encouragement from all the acharyas, all the preceptors in Shastra to say that all the requests, all the appeals, rather good appeals of the devotees will be fulfilled by the desires will be fulfilled by prapatti. The prapatti, the total surrender, will benefit the individual soul not only in the next world but also in this world. Now, with this encouragement, everybody is asked to do prapatti. And that again, there are two sides of it. One is we will be selfish, we will be avaricious, we will be greedy. When I understand, prapatti will give me all what I want, and I will definitely do prapatti. But after getting into the process of prapatti, then I will understand I don't need anything else except the preeti, the affection of the Lord. That is different. But in order to make you come into this fold, namely prapatti marga, acharyas, the preceptors, especially Kuratharvan, Kuresha, Ramanujacharya, all of them said that all things can be achieved by prapatti. The worldly desire as well as the desires of the next world.
So also this long list of
Actions.
This long list of actions. First of all, we had the other verse, Daivam, Eva Pare Yagyam, and Yogina Pariyupasate. Thank you very much for your explanation of Pariyupasate, by the way. Pariyupasate means all comprehensive worship, right? That he's worshipping all around.
It looks like a singular verb, but it's a plural verb.
Oh, grammatically it's plural?
Yeah, Bahuvachanam. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, so when it says Daivam, apare, other people are worshipping Daivam.
Other God.
Yeah, Daivam here means other gods. In the commentary also we have the words in the first part of this long list, this big Dvandva Samas, Deva Archana. So can we also understand Deva Archana to mean Daivam Archana?
Yeah.
Anya Devata Archana? Some people are doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be taken as Anya Devata Archana.
So according to our position in Vanashrama, maybe we have to worship some of these other gods like Ganapati, and is that true?
Yeah.
But in the Sri Vaishnava system, the acharyas tell us not to worship Anya Devatas. So what is the
that is for a concentrated Vaishnava attitude. Now, initially you worship the Anya Devatas and slowly come to understand that they are not required.
So can we
that
say?
That is why Vedanta Swami Vedanta Deshika said in Paduka Sahasram, you don't worry about the planets, 9 planets influence on your horoscope and in your life, your human life. So he gave a verse, Kanakaruchira Kavya Khyata, so giving a list of Navagrahas there, and all these Navagrahas, it's what you call adjectives, Visheshanams, to qualify the divine sandals of the Lord, Paduka of the Lord. By reciting just one shloka out of the 1008, one can get out of the bad influence of the planets. And therefore, don't go to a Navagraha Sannidhi and circumambulate, have projection of the 9 planets.
Right. Just so there are different verses in Paruka Sahasram that are used as pariharas or some sort of prayer to alleviate different things. And what you're saying is, if you feel that you have some problem with the Navagrahas, there's a particular verse in Paruka Sahasram which is recommended to chant that instead of chanting the names of or doing the archana of the Navagrahas directly.
Right.
Similarly, in Parasara Hora Shastra, he mentions that the Navagrahas are actually, there's a Adi Devatar of the Navagrahas, which is a Vishnu avatar. Each Vishnu avatar is one of the. So some people, they want to worship the Adi Devatar of the Navagraha instead of worshiping the Devata. Anyhow, so that's anyway about Navagraha. But getting back to this verse, some people, others, it says apare, are worshiping the demigods, and then yogis are performing comprehensive meditation on the Lord, and all of this is perfect. So that even in karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga, Anya Devata worship can be there, whereas in property is a different thing, because the mentality has changed of the person to understand that the Lord is the only doer, and he understands that prapadyante devata, he understands the Lord doesn't want us to worship in Bhagavad Gita Anya Devatas, and therefore because his mentality is the Lord is doing it, the Lord is not going to worship Anya Devatas, so therefore the Anya Devata worship is dropped in property. But in Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, it might be there because the person's mentality is that he is doing it. And therefore he does it because it is part of his Vanashrama Dharma. So my question is, though, therefore the Prapana transcends Vanashrama Dharma, isn't it? That he's transcending Vanashrama Dharma because he has the realization.
A Prapanna has to do all the duties of Varna and Ashram. In spite of his total surrender made, he cannot give up act.
Okay, that's fine. But and also we have in the Gita that Krishna says you should do your own duty, and you should not, even if you can do another person's duty perfectly, you should not do that duty. Right?
There is one concession. If one individual soul can perform its own duty very well, And then by representation, that means by the request, he performs the duty of another individual soul. That is allowed in Shastra. It's for some time. Suppose a person is sick, that he cannot perform Sandhya Vandanam. Another person can do that.
Right. Okay.
But
So
the problem is when I am not able to complete my duty, then how can I help others?
right.
The time involved, the affection or the friendship.
Right. So for instance, I'll give you an example. Mr. Pudukkottai Vasudevan, Mr. Vasudevan, right? He's doing Upasana Homa every morning and every evening. And his wife has to be involved in that. She has to give permission for him to do that. And but you mentioned to me that if the husband is away is out of station for 1 or 2 or 3 days, the wife can in fact do that homa. So this is an example. You said women cannot do the homa, but this is an example that the woman can do the homa in the absence of the husband. Isn't it?
That's only an exception.
I'm not saying it's a rule. I'm just saying the rule is that there is an exception, that there are reasons why people can do things which are not part of their original Varnashrama Dharma. Manu, even in Manu Samhita, there's a statement that the Shudras, they don't have to do all these things. There's many things Shudras don't have to do, all like Sandhya Vandana and all these things. But it also says that if a Sudra wants to imitate the good actions, the good lifestyle of the higher castes, the Dvijas, that is also good. So for a Sudra, he's not sinful if he drinks liquor or if he eats meat or whatever it is like this, because there's no prohibition for him to do these things. But if he becomes a vegetarian, he gives up liquor, and he lives a good lifestyle, a lifestyle like the Dvijas live, that is praiseworthy. So explain that compared to what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that you shouldn't do other people's duty, even if perfectly performed. You should do your own duty only. You should only do your own duty.
It is true. You are right.
Okay. Okay. So also you were mentioning that in different yagas, like for instance, we did remember you were saying about worshiping the Navagrahas. So I remember many years ago there was a Shani Pariyechi. There was a time when Shani was coming into the next zodiac sign, and everybody was flocking to Kumbakonam to worship Shani in the Shani temple. And the Sri Vaishnava, and the Sri Vaishnavas in Sri Rangam organized in Warrior. They organized a big Sudarshana Yaga to propitiate Shani, and I have even video of that, and I donated some money for that cause. So the Sri Vaishnavas, instead of worshipping Shani directly, they're worshipping Sudarshana, and therefore they feel that this is enough to keep away any bad influence of Shani. So you were mentioning about the different yagas that happen, and that some people are able to also join in the yaga, usually, or homa, even though according to Varnashram they should not be chanting Vedic mantras. Yes. So you mentioned Ugram Viram Mahavishnum mantra.
Yeah.
This Ugram Viram Mahavishnum is coming from Narasimha Tapani Upanishad.
Right.
Upanishad is Shruti,
but if they have no accents, the ladies can utter them.
Okay, so if
Kathopanishad has no swara, no accent.
okay, so all right, so the point is that if there's no accent, so if there's an Upanishad that has accent, then ladies cannot chant it.
Yeah.
But if there's an Upanishad that has no accent, ladies can chant it.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have that rule? Is there a rule like that in Shastra? Can you give us that rule?
Yeah, it is in Apastamba Sutra.
Okay, all right,
Apastamba Grihya Sutra.
So great, you can. So I would very much be interested to see that. And it probably also says Shudras also, women, ladies, and Shudras cannot chant with swaram. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So now my next question would be, the Omkara, the Pranava, does it have swaram?
It has no swara, as you say, no?
If it has no swaram and it's mentioned in the Upanishads, then ladies and Sudras can chant it, correct?
But being the first syllable and the last syllable of chanting of the scriptures, they are not to do that.
Where is that rule? Can you tell me where that rule comes from?
We can
look it up.
Source.
Okay. No, I'm not challenging. I'm just saying I would like to know because I do know that in Manu he says that the Shudras and the ladies, they should not hear the Vedas and they should not chant the Vedas. And you're clarifying that to mean only the Vedas that have the swaras, right? And so if it's an Upanishad that is a Ekashruti, no swaram, then then Shudras and ladies can read it and chant it. But normally I see today the emphasis in Deshika Sampradaya is that ladies cannot chant Omkara, or Shudras cannot chant Omkara, so they give Om Namo Narayanaya instead of Om Namo Narayanaya. But at the same time, I don't see the enforcement of hearing the Vedic mantras or hear. I go to the Gosti, I go to the Parapada, the procession of the Lord, and the Veda Gosti is in the street. In fact, there's two Veda Gostis. There's the Vadagalai Veda Gosti and the Tengalai Veda Gosti. And both of them are chanting Vedas.
Yeah.
And ladies are standing all around listening. Shudras are standing all around listening. Is it not wrong, according to Varnashrama?
Yeah, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong, or it's wrong?
No, it's not wrong.
Why is it not wrong? Why is it not wrong?
The problem is, the point is, they are not to recite back, rather repeat.
Right, when the
Goshti is coming, and even an individual doing at home. Suppose I have my maid at home. When I am reciting the scripture, the maid is hearing. I will have a low decibel. I will have a low tone to say that, so that she will never learn it and chant it after me. So in the streets, when the Lord is going in a palanquin, the Divya Prabandha Goti goes in front, and the two Veda Goti, as you said, follow. There's a group chanting. The mass chanting will not be followed easily by the ladies or the other people.
I mean, my experience is that I see the Veda Gosti going, and if I hear the Veda Gosti the way if I know that particular portion of the Veda or anything like that, it's very clear to me that what they're chanting, because they're chanting so loudly, because it's a big procession.
Yeah.
So I know that there are two rules in Manu. One rule is that the Shudras and the ladies should not chant the Vedas. but also they should not hear.
Yeah.
So you say that at home you're going to chant it very softly so that your maid doesn't hear it, but in the street they're chanting very loudly. And
yeah, that is why I mean now the rule has a relaxation because of the modern times.
okay, so if the rule has a relaxation that everybody can hear the Veda mantras now, then that means that Shudras and ladies are going to learn these mantras.
It is possible, but it should be avoided.
But once again, when we were talking the other day about Guru Parampara Prabhavam in the life of Ramanujacharya, we saw in the movie, I sent you the clip from the movie. In the movie, Lakshmi Tadachar playing Ramanuja climbs the Gopuram and he tells everybody the Astakshara mantra, including Pranava.
Yeah. So
I think this is a difference between Tenacharya Sampradayam and Deshika Sampradayam, because
right.
because I know my acharya and I know all the 10 acharyas, they give also the panchamas and the shudras and the ladies, they give also the Omkara Pranava to them.
Now the point is about the second idea of the movie. The first idea that they should not hear and they should not chant. Now the point there is, when you keep anything as a secret, if you say that they should not listen to, then they will have curiosity to listen to. This is in a way, when I say Vedic mantras cannot be recited by you, then you become so curious and you are asking the question, why should I not learn? In spite of the rules that the people say. I should not listen, I should not learn, I should not recite. Now then a curiosity is aroused in mind. What is there? What is the meaning of there? And then I want to recite. Though it is very difficult to recite, I want to practice. So this kind of what we call upsurge in the mind is also intended by keeping what we call mantram yatnena gopayet. Mantram yatnena gopayet. It is there. Gurum prakashe dhiman mantram yatnena gopayet. You have to make your teacher popular, famous. He will be a good student. He will be an intelligent student when he exposes his teacher's intelligence and then makes it public. And then try to keep it as a secret, keep the mantras as a secret. Now when it is kept as a secret, everybody has the curiosity to learn. That may be the purpose also.
Okay. Okay, but once again, I do see there is a difference between Tenacharya Sampradaya and Deshika Sampradaya on this question of giving Omkara to Shudras and to ladies, because the Shudras and ladies of Tenacharya Sampradaya are receiving Omkara, they're chanting Omkara. My Acharya is giving me Omkara, I'm chanting Omkara. Omkara is the essence of the Vedas, no? It's the essence of the Vedas. So, as you say, Omkara, there's no swara, but like I'm saying, Omkara is the essence of the Vedas. So, if one can chant Omkara, why one cannot chant the other parts of the Vedas and hear them?
That's why I told you the purpose. Limiting one not to do something or to do something only this much, then it will create some awareness to learn, rather create the interest to learn.
Okay, so basically, if if you chant the Vedas loudly in your house, then your maid may hear it and she may learn it, and then she may forget about cleaning the house, and she may take up the position of chanting and hearing the Vedas and doing a duty which is not her duty according to Varnashrama. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I understand.
She can take up a book and then find out what I say, which part of as you said, you can understand what the Goshti says on the street. Then the maid will refer to a book and then try to ask someone to teach her and so on.
Similarly,
The problem I told many families in Sri Rangam, because the husband does not do any chanting of the scriptures, and the ladies take up the responsibility. Wherever they go, for example, the Sudarshana Homa performed in some common place, when they gather together, when they assemble together, I saw many ladies saying the scriptures, especially Purusha Suktam, Sri Suktam. Whenever they have chanted, they are repeating. They are saying along with the priests, along with the men. I called them. I called many people in an assembly, and then told them, please do not chant these. Please don't do that. I said, why? They will be asking why later. Why should we not? Because the men of the house are not doing it. That means Thiruvaradhanam also can be done by them. Salagrama Aradhanam also can be done by them. They will involve if the husband does not do it, the wife will be ready to do it. Because she has the cooking responsibility also, she is not coming forward. Otherwise, a lady like Shanta Madam, who has not been assigned duties every day, she may be interested in doing Thiruvaradhanam.
So just to get this clear, your position is that ladies and others, they can do these things, but only when there's the Brahmins, the Dvijas, are not doing them.
No, they are not supposed to do that. Even when the man in the house is not doing it.
So in modern days, we find many people who are born in Dvija families, they're not doing these things. But other people are interested in doing these things, and still they're restricted from doing them. So the whole thing gets lost, no?
Yeah.
It
that
seems
is practical. The practical situation.
Oh, okay. So I just had one other question about this. The word dana was mentioned, and can you please explain the difference between dana and dakshina or sambhavana? So my understanding is that dana is charity, that I give dana to somebody for no reason whatsoever. Like a Brahmin is there, I just give him something, that's dana. But if I engage a priest to do a sacrifice for me, I'm a yajamana, and he does something for me, then I'm not giving him dana, I'm giving him dakshina, which is compensation for his doing the ceremony for me. So am I wrong? Dakshina and sambhavana is different from dana. Dana is different.
Dakshina, though it involves your kindness, it's a feast. Dakshina is feast. Guru Dakshina, Vara Dakshina. Guru Dakshina, feast to the teacher. Vara Dakshina, the gift to the groom. And then Sambhavana is the honor. Without your asking. Whereas the priest will be demanding from you the Dakshina. And then dana is charity, as you say, no conditions involved there. No strings attached to dana. Dana is your automatic voluntary donation. Dana is voluntary donation. Whereas the dakshina is demanded donation, which you may give more than what he expects. Third, sambhavana is without being asked, you give an honor. It may be in kind and cash.
Right. So that's
Dakshina
what
will be in cash.
Dakshina
Totally
will
in
get.
cash.
Right, because they on the plate they put
Dana can involve in dana has a variety of, that is kanya dana. I am giving my daughter to a boy. That is kanya dana. That's the best one. Annadanam, I give food to the needy. So that is another. So there are so many kinds of dhanam. Whereas dhanam does not involve anything in return. Dakshina involves, as you said, the compensation for the action performed.
right.
You were about to say something.
No. I was just I'm trying to understand. So Sambhavana is honoring without being asked, and the dakshina is a give and take of a trade, and dhanam is also without being asked. So, but also
So
dhanam can be
Sambhavana and
more.
Dhanam is-
Dhanam can mean also in kind, not just cash. Induction is more in cash.
Yeah.
I see them. I was going to say when they at the yagas or something, when they do brahmana dakshina, they take the plate and they put the tambula, they put the betel leaf and nuts, and they put some fruits and they put everything there, and they also put
Coconut.
whatever it is.
Coconut.
So many things, and they have some money there, and they give it to each priest, and the priest simply takes the money. He doesn't take the other fruits usually. Yes, today, but
Yeah.
by right he can take the fruits also. If he wants, he can take the fruits also. But normally people just take the money today.
In US, I find that they don't take the fruit because they have plenty of fruits with them, and they are not ready to carry them. They are not ready to carry the weight. They don't mind returning them to the owner.
I saw when I used to travel with one Iyengar, Sampat Kumar Bhattacharya, and he did different ceremonies and things. He had a group of people, of Brahmins. They used to do different ceremonies, and they would do big yagas, and at the end they would take everything. They would take all the patras. They would take all the. They would take even the akshata. They would take, and they would wash it, and they would cook it later. So
No, they do not wash it and cook it, but
just
they will
cook
use it for blessing.
Yeah.
But when they perform what we call punyaha vachanam, they will take off the banana leaf, the rice, all the grains that we do for Navagraha Yoga Homa, and then everything, as you said, clean up. And that is because of the poverty and desire to become richer.
Okay. But anyway, it belongs to the Brahmins. They can take it.
Yeah. We don't prevent them from taking it.
But isn't it then that Sambhavana and Dhanam is the same thing then? What's the subtle difference between Sambhavana and Dhanam?
Sambhavana is the voluntary honor that you want to do for somebody else. Dana is for somebody's need to be satisfied. The honor will not go to a needy person. The honor will go to an educated person, achieved something for his achievement. His achievement is what we call getting a name by doing something great. Whereas dana will never have any condition. The conditionless donation. if you have the charitable mind, you give. For example, to celebrate the birthday, people do go to a what we call anatha ashrama, the orphanage, and then offer something, either one day's expenses, one day's food, one time food. They give money, and then that is what we call celebration of the birthday. In Srirangam, we go to our Veda Pathashala, pay a cash amount. They have fixed a cash amount. They pay a cash amount so that day meals will be a donation. And you can also take part, take the food that they provide. And that is for, because you are now gifting the young children who are learning scripture. And that will be more what we call meritorious than giving to anybody else.
So you say
charity knows charity knows no bound.
So you were saying Kanyadan and Anadan, and Anadan is better than Kanyadan, or
no? Kanyadan is better than Anyadan.
So there's a taratamya here. There's a gradation of dana.
Yeah.
So the best is Kanyadan, and second best is Anadan, and any other danas is there's some.
Vastra danam, dress, donation of dress.
I see.
What about Godan?
Godanam. Yeah, Godanam is more important. And today, because of this lockdown situation, a lot of food materials are given today to the people.
So is it correct that if you cannot give a cow, or if somebody doesn't want the cow, you give the amount of money it costs to purchase a cow? Is that possible?
Yeah, this is what we do now today. But generally, Godana is meant after the death of a person in the family. Generally, example, Godana can be done in what we call a function where Ramayana has been recited for 9 days and Bhagavatam recited for 7 days. Then we have Godana. Then Kanya Puja, then Sumangali Puja, and so. So one of the donations is Godana. Now the problem with Godana is when somebody is gifted with a cow, you must try to choose a person who takes care of the cow sincerely and uses the milk. Whereas if again the person who got the cow sells the cow to somebody else immediately and gets cash, your donation becomes invalid, unfruitful, valueless. So you have to, that's why generally we say patre dana, deserving people should be given charity. And you will find all the three danas, types of danas in Bhagavad Gita: Sattvika danam, Tamasika danam, Rajasika danam, and Tamasika danam. That all of you know.
That's why Prapati is the only way. It proves it from everything you say, step by step. Prapati is the only way. In this age, there's no other way. Because who can do all of these things properly? In Kali Yuga.
No man can be perfect, but he can be near perfect.
Or he can be near somebody who is perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Meaning he can be near to God or his acharya. So, thank you very much, Swami. Should we do the we're doing one Taniyan at the end, correct?
Yeah. Ramanujaya Patra. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunakalini. Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave
Namaha. Thank you very much. I think we kept you
Right.
very late today. So
I like Keshav Das's ending, so beautiful. The pun on the word near. Near
One
to
on the word?
near, N-E-A-R, near.
Near.
Near to God and near to the person, and then he ended up beautifully by saying near to God. Very nice.
A donor is a godly person.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Mama.
Okay. All right.
Very nice.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।